Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Wandering Earth 2, and this is a prequel, despite the fact that it's a 2, and it focuses on humanity leading up to creating the engines that will propel planet Earth through space to get away from our dying sun. And this is that lead up into the big, giant, effects-driven, massive blockbuster that China had about Earth wandering through space. And this deals with a lot of the political undertones, the scientific advancements, and just all-out crazy action that led up to this point where we could escape our dying sun. And this film is directed by Frank Guo and starring quite a few actors from Andy Lau, Jing Wu, Willis Chong, Clara Lee, to name some. And there's a whole bunch of writers. This is based off of a novel by Qi Chin Liu and focuses on this story. Now, first off, this is some of the most amazing special effects that I have ever seen in an international film because, usually you see so much money getting pumped into American cinema and not many films outside the US getting budgets this big. But obviously, this is such an important and significant film for the country of China. They pumped all the money into it. And it looks gorgeous. The special effects are amazing. And there's some big set pieces from trying to do testing on the moon to attacks on a giant space elevator. And of course, the actual wandering Earth. And all of those things are so fully realized here. Now, this is a 2-hour and 53-minute movie. It takes place over a significant period of time. The characters are not the most particularly interesting, many of which are very two-dimensional. There are some specific storylines that get a little bit of depth and maybe a little bit of emotion. But in general, this really isn't about the characters, it's about the journey of humanity as a greater character and us developing, getting over our infighting, because it deals with environmental activists turned terrorists trying to take down this Wandering Earth initiative. And you see their attacks and their espionage, and that brings plenty of tension and suspense and creates room for many of the action sequences in this film. The action sequences and the effects-driven elements of this film are off the charts. This is top-tier special effects filmmaking. And it's a lot of fun and it's engaging. There's exciting elements. And it also has political things to say too. So it has the elements and it has something to say. So balancing those two things together goes a decent distance to making this a good film. Now, I'm not going to say this is great, and I'm not going to say that it earned all 2 hours and 53 minutes of its runtime. There definitely felt like there could have been elements that could have been advanced quicker or trimmed a little. But in general, I think this is a fine, big budget special effects thrill ride that has quite a bit of impressive filmmaking elements and also deals with some very interesting geopolitical issues as underlying currents to this prequel story of trying to get Earth to be propelled by giant engines off into space so we can find a new star and find a new home. It's a crazy concept, but this is what science fiction is about, and it goes those expanses of what humanity can do scientifically, and I think most of those elements work well enough for this to be a good film. But those are my thoughts on The Wandering Earth 2. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.